Hi, my name is Nicole, and I will be talking about serving ethnic minorities in public libraries. Ethnic minorities are a large part of the general population, and yet are still often misunderstood and underserved in public libraries. According to a 2007 study, 1 in 9 U.S. residents is foreign-born. The priority foreign language served is Spanish, but in many parts of the country, the diversity of foreign-born immigrants is growing. The population is becoming a melting pot of cultures, yet many public service agencies, including the public library, have limited knowledge and resources to service this population. The majority of libraries serving non-English speakers are in communities with fewer than 100,000 residents. Many non-English speaking library users live far away on the outskirts of a major city or county. The majority must travel anywhere between 1 and 3 miles to reach a library, and another 21% must travel from 4 to 6 miles, which can be difficult, especially for those who work late hours and cannot reach the library in time before closing. Another issue is fear of deportation. Many immigrants do not want to give personal information to set up a library account for fear that they or even their family members might be deported. There are many public libraries which have online services in English only. This limits minorities and immigrants in their use of services and knowledge of current library services and information. The Queens, New York Borough Public Library prides itself on its open tools response to new Americans. It has web pages available in 5 non-English languages. Another basic issue is knowledge of available library services. These services can be little known to even the general public, as advertisement and outreach can be difficult to fund. According to a 2007 survey, immigrant patrons express their basic wants and needs when seeking library services. Most immigrant patrons use the library less for entertainment purposes and more for educational purposes. Information on immigration law and practical help on becoming a United States citizen were high on their list of priorities. Multiple language signage, brochures, and basic registration forms were also a top request. Finally, a welcoming environment and a sense of cultural sensitivity were desired and much appreciated. Librarians and staff face many challenges when approaching ways to service ethnic minority groups. The biggest is funding. Most public libraries have a tight budget already, but additional funding for these services can be difficult to come by. Another is a lack of bicultural training and bilingual or multilingual skills for staff, which, again, may require more funding that just isn't possible due to a limited budget. Most ethnic minority groups want the same things as everyone else. They enjoy practical how-to books, nonfiction, and self-help, and computer services, and staff with knowledge in their native language. Summer reading programs for children learning English, and current and updated materials for adults are just some of the basic services that libraries should offer. Collecting basic data in your local library can give you a good idea of what percentage of minorities use library services, what services they are aware of, and what services they would find beneficial. Library staff can then express their need for funding and training in bicultural and bilingual skills and take these issues to policymakers and funders to illustrate the importance of investing in these services. Staying in touch with the community your library serves is key. Collaborating with other community organizations like the Latino Chamber of Commerce, Boys and Girls Club of America, and other organizations can be a great way to reach out to the community. Distributing information to faculty at local schools, clinics, and daycare centers can be a low-cost way to get information out about library services. Information and facilitation in using Spanish or other multi-language databases and electronic resources can be useful in generating interest in the many technological services available at the library. Libraries have a long way to go in learning what services are the best for ethnic minority patrons just as much as providing them. As long as there is an awareness of the need and a desire to adequately provide these services, then libraries and staff members will find ways to service this population despite the aforementioned obstacles they face.